Hey the Dragon Folk. So today we actually have gameplay videos for you guys. We are going to be going into the low tier ranked ladder because I don't have enough wild cards to get a good deck. And we're going to be playing the new color challenge decks here. So today's deck we'll be going over first is going to be the blue-white Angelic Accountants deck. So stay tuned and we'll see how it fares against the ladder and what we can add to it for the next rotation to make it maybe even a bit better. Hello, Dragon Folk. Welcome on in to our arena setup. So, obviously, you'll see I have some quests here. Don't worry about that. I'll get to it when I get to them, I promise. So, what we're going to talk about today is the decks, right? We have the Angelic Accountants deck, which we will be going over a little bit here. So, first and foremost, for those of you who wish to make any edits to this deck, just realize that in the starter deck season, this little section down here, you cannot change any of these decks. So you'll see it says right here, clone a deck to edit and make it your own. So you'll need to go ahead and hit the Angelic Accountants and then hit the clone button and it will bring you one all the way up here. So usually things like Azorious deal with flyers and a lot of, control, right? You have a lot of control from blue and white both. So I'm curious to see what exactly is in the deck that they've provided for us and what cards are going to be more accessible. So we start with 2 Homestead Courage, a pretty popular 1 white. This is really, really great in White Weenie right now, is Homestead Courage. You see a lot of it played in White Weenie or decks that have, lower cost cards. It's just great. It gives your creature a +1/+1 counter, and it gains vigilance until end of turn. So, and it's got a flashback of 1 also. Pretty powerful common for what it's worth. Gets 2 uses out of it at least if you have enough mana. So, pretty good. Hopeful Initiate, a great 1-drop here with training. And then, of course, you can add counters to it with its training ability. And then you can pay 3 to remove 2 +1/+1 counters from it to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Destroying artifacts and enchantments are a huge benefit to people during these metas. So you're going to see a lot of enchantments and artifacts as per normal. So keep an eye out for that. You can essentially pump it to, do stuff like destroy wedding announcement or any of the, classes that are available. Pretty cool. I like the secondary concept behind it, and of course training, much like Mentor, is a very cool concept. Light the Way, we got an instant, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle and untap it, or return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Great to counter removal of your own creatures and board wipes as well, but it does also put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, so you can use that for Hopeful Initiate as well. Then we have 1 copy of March of Otherworldly Light. This is a very powerful removal spell that is currently in the game. And honestly, it's seen a lot of play, and I think just about every white deck plays it, because you can exile white cards from your hand to have the spell cost 2 or less, or to have the spell cost 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way, and then you can exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X or less. So pretty much wipes out anything that it needs to, and all you need to do is exile a card from your hand, and you already have 2 there. So pretty powerful. You only have 1 though in here. I think the big thing about these beginner decks is you have to realize that there's going to be a lot of cards that they only put 1 of in here when there should have been like 3 or maybe even 4, right? But obviously they kind of drip feed you this stuff and then have you work this as a base. Perish Blade Trainee, another training card, right? When it dies, you put its counters on target creature you control. Those probably will be going to Hopeful Initiate at some point. Giada Font of Hope, giving us a Giada for this, which is very, very cool. For those of us who don't have a Giada, we have another one here. So, Giada Font of Hope, pretty fantastic here, mainly for angels, but it is a 2/2 flyer with vigilance, and that's not too bad. Considering there will be angels that you play, this will have its use. So, Rafine's Informant. Whenever Rafine's Informant enters the battlefield, it connives. Conniving is a new ability that came out in New Capenna, which has you can draw a card and then discard a card. If you discarded an on-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. So, drawing and discarding, this kind of lets you search through your deck a little bit faster, so Connive is a pretty powerful thing. Valorous Stance, great for keeping your stuff alive or killing your opponent's creatures. Planar Incision, exile target artifact or creature, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. You can use that for your creatures to essentially phase them out for protection, and they get a +1/+1 counter on it. It's fantastic. You can also use this to remove your opponent's creatures, and then you can go in for game. Borrow Time, another thing to kind of control the board. You just borrow time anything that is your opponent's stuff, and if it's a powerful piece of their board, just borrow time it, and they have to spend something to destroy it. So, Inspiring Overseer, this is one of the cheaper angels, lets you draw a card and gain a life, very fantastic. Thirst for Discovery gets you more draw power. Celestial Regulator, when it enters the battlefield, you choose target creature you control and tap it. If you control a creature with a counter on it, the chosen creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So you essentially can tap a creature on your opponent's side of the board, and if I have counters on creatures that I have, then it does not untap. So 2/3 for 3. That gets a buff with Giada if it pops up on the board, so not too bad. Undercover Operative pretty much gets to create itself as any creature on the battlefield, but it has a shield counter on it. Not too bad for kind of just pumping through stuff if your opponent has something crazy. You can do this for, Toxrill. You can use this for Toxrill. That's kind of a nuts thing. Metropolis Angel, another blue-white angel here. Flying, when you attack with one or more creatures with counters on them, draw a card. So you'll see the general idea behind this deck is to get counters on things and then also have things with flying and so on and so forth. Angelic Quartermaster enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Elspeth, this is the mythic for the deck. Elspeth is a very fantastic mythic as far as angels go, and she's allowed to bring out a bunch of stuff with her -3 and gets a shield counter on it. So very, very cool. Sigarda Summons, creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, flying, and are angels. So that is a huge, that gets all of these other little guys to essentially become that as long as they have counters on them. So you're going to want to spread the counters amongst your creatures as opposed to just pumping one. So then, of course, we have Plains, Islands, Deserted Beach, Skybridge Tower, and a Tranquil Cove. So deck is pretty straightforward as far as things are concerned. Let's go ahead and pop on into a game and see how we do. All right, so things we're hoping to get in our hand, I'm assuming, are Hopeful Initiate, anything with training, probably Rafine's Initiate as well. Probably do us some good here. Giada's also not too bad. Oh, we do have Rafine's Informant. Yeah, sure. We'll see what happens, right? As long as we don't just keep drawing land, I think we'll be okay, so... I imagine a lot of removal from red. Well, there's that land, so look where we're going. So we're probably planning to see us just more land. Cool. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to assume we're going to get hit with something here pretty soon. Probably a Strangle. If I were to guess. Red plays a lot of removal, so obviously not an okay thing. No, I'm not going to block that. That's crazy. We're gonna Rafine. Oh, man. I don't know, though. I definitely want to get rid of a land. I have too many of them. Now, if he plays the Goblin, he can use the Bandit Lord's ability. I guess I didn't really think about that. Ooh, that's actually worse. And the worst part about running these decks right now is that you are at the whim of... you are unfortunately at the whim of your opponent having cards that are specific to the old meta. These new decks don't actually have... oh yeah, that sucks. These new decks don't have any cards from AFR, Strixhaven, Kaldheim, or Zendikar Rising. So, therefore, it does make them very much so not as powerful. I think I'm dead either way here. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's just playing his cards now, so that's fine. Yep, unfortunate. It's not going to happen, right? This is not going to be one of those ones where we win. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's game. I'll give it to you. So, as we can see, definitely not one to make it happen there. So yeah, I think our biggest problem is that we're going into a meta with only half of our available cards, but it is good to see how the deck runs up against pretty much anything, so, and how we can make it better. No. I like it a little bit better, but all right. So what are they gonna play? Island, okay. Go ahead and do this. What do you have? Opt? Consider. I was like, I don't think Opt is an available card in this thing right now. Guess giving them that draw power is definitely a good call. Dongbringer Cleric. Oh boy, we're gonna have quite the time with this, aren't we? Alright, gain a life, draw a card. Cool. No tax. So next turn we can swing with both. I'll get a 2/3 out of this, which is pretty good. Yeah, let's hope for the training there. See what happens. That goes through. Now, do we thirst? No, we'll thirst on our opponent's turn. See what they have. Not like we have removal or anything, but, you know, it is what it is. What? Are you playing Wandering Emperor? For some reason? Okay, we are going to play this on an end step. See if they counter it. Uh-huh. That's fine. We have another one in our hand. Although that is kind of powerful. I don't know whether or not they have another one. Hard to say. Yeah, it looks like they have another one. Oh, they're considering. Probably looking for a Spell Pierce. We want both of these actually to attack. because I want to draw that card. Even if we don't get anything, still want something out of this. Okay, he's swinging. I'm assuming that's a board wipe coming. So that's unfortunate, but I'll take the 1. Probably a farewell. Populate, yep. Cool. So unfortunate for us because we didn't have a way to bounce stuff back. We didn't have enough mana to bounce anything back. We got to start giving ourselves a more open field here, because a non-land card. Probably this. All right. So that way we can keep it indestructible in case we need to, but I don't know what their plan is. I think it's a lot of control. Inspiring Overseer, cool. Draw a card. All right, what are we doing here now? What are we doing with all this? We need Thirst. That's fine. Cool. Got Deserted Beach. That's a sick one to get. Then we can go ahead and play... yeah, let's play Trainee. Let's not attack. We're gonna wait. But ends up killing us next turn. Or killing the Informant. It's an interesting one. See, the decks that they make for these things are not exactly the best decks, for the record. It's just sometimes they're just not good, but that's okay. Okay, this we are gonna actually go ahead and pump this. He's got full board though. No, I feel like we have to. Let's just attack first. Memory Deluge. Okay. All right, so we'll see whatever they're gonna pull from here. They're trying to pull some kind of counter, I'm assuming. Okay, is that good? Okay, you will block that. I will play Valorous Stance. That will get indestructible. You will counter it. You will not. Good use of the indestructible there. Okay, I just don't want to go crazy, because the second I go crazy, I lose everything. They have crazy draw power. Yeah, another depopulate. So... man, board wipes are the bane of my existence right now. They've honestly been for a long while, but... let's go ahead and pop an Elspeth, then. Maybe that's going to be okay. Probably not. They're probably going to counter it. If it is Spell Purse, I do have 2 up right now, so... oh, come on now. Yeah, that's fine. No, it's fine. We got to keep it low now. Having an opponent with so many board wipes is not okay. And so many other things that are just going to be pains in my butt Man, this really is turning into something else, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and hit this clue. He's down to 2 cards in hand. I'm up to 4. Okay. We are gonna Giada and hope that's chill. I feel like I need to just do one at a time. Oh, shoot. Okay. Damn. We're gonna go ahead and just hit, what is this? This costs 3? Get rid of that, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. He's got 1 card in hand with a Memory Deluge. Okay. That's fine. Gets exiled. We'll hit a Plains. We'll see what he's got. Kyrie the Swirling Sky. Well, that's damn unfortunate. If only I didn't have this. What happens when Kyrie dies? Turn any number of target non-land permanents with total mana 6 or less to their owner's hand. Mill 6 cards, then return up to 2 instant or sorcery cards from the graveyard to your hand. Archon of Emiria. I don't think he's sitting on another one. Okay, so we gotta try. It's probably gonna be my end all here. Looks like whatever he has in his hand isn't a counter, and it's not a depopulate because he couldn't play that at instant speed. So if it's another dissipate, we're kind of dead here, but not dead, but swing into that for sure. Cool. All right. The end of our turn, we're probably going to sack this. Oh, there's the Wandering Emperor. Cool. You going to target this? It's got ward 3. I guess you do have 3. You have to pay 3 to do that, though. That's fine. So you do play Wandering Emperor. Probably what's been sitting in your hand for forever now. Okay. Play this. Wait, is it just a consider? Like, what could possibly be in your hand right now? Another Wandering Emperor? Why can't I play an... Can't cast in more than 1 spell each... Oh. Well, that would do it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to try. Take the hit here. It's fine. Not a depopulate. There's a reject, though. Shit. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be doing too great here. Kyrie was a good move. Yeah. Now they get to pull cards. It's going to be a rough one. To think, 11 life, right? Portable hole, too. A lot of removal. See, this is what a blue-white deck should look like. Is this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to sit through this. I don't think we could. I don't think there's anything we could do. Well, we could try. It's fine, I'll auto pay it. Oh, man. We gotta go to the end, though. We gotta see what happens at the end of the rainbow. Imrith, not okay. 2 big dragons on the board. I have significant health advantage, but I'm gonna take that 7. These lands are not helping, though, at all. No. If I pull another land, I'm going to concede. They've got cards to remove my stuff. It's not really worth it. I'm probably just going to block this with this. T5. Actually, I should have blocked Imrith. Forgot. He gets to draw cards. That's real good. Yep, I'll scoop. Yeah, just gotta get everybody aware of the fact that even if we lose consistently, we're probably, you know, it's due to happen. Again, we are using decks that are specific to the next format. This is just mainly an idea of how they work, as far as giving them counters and having them go off as such. I like the curve on this. I think the odds of me pulling something else from here are also really bad, so rather keep it at the way. The lands definitely need to be changed as far as this goes. Okay, is it? Very interesting combo there. All right, we're going to see whether or not I get shocked. Actually, you know what? We're going to sit. I guess it really doesn't matter, though, but we're going to sit. They do have... Okay. Magma Opus. Expressive Iteration. Another card that is due to be kicked out of the standard in a little while here. But these are the things we're talking about here, right, guys? We're hoping to just kind of go over the easy stuff and see what we can find. Okay. Yeah, see, for the record, all of you can take a solid hit at me in the comments just because I know my playstyle is not super fantastic. You know, I am in silver for a reason, but I hope to get better as I learn. So I'm not new to Magic, but I think a lot of the times I play decks that are not fully finished, and so I sub in cards just because I have the lack of wild cards, and well, that causes problems. So. 2 Stormcarved Coasts and a treasure. What are they planning here? I should have played Deserted Beach. Alright, we're going to swing in for 2 and hope for the best. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So now we're going to hope for the best, and we're going to see what happens here. They have not played anything besides 2 expressive iterations and a Magma Opus. So I'm not sure on their tactic yet. Okay, Goldspan Dragon sucks. But it's not terrible. That's how they're going to try and get around everything here. I wonder if this is the same as at Dragons. I'm not going to block. I'll take 4. Now, is that enough to do counters, though? I mean, it is, but... I think we borrowed time this. I think that would have been the better shot than using all my mana. Okay, well, it is negated, so there is that. I will then... How much does this cost? 5? Shit. X or less. Oh, I only have 2 in my hand, so I'm gonna have to fucking do that. You know what? I could do that. Just get rid of these 2 and go for it. I will do that, actually. Okay. So that should die. Are you gonna have protections for it to bring it back to your hand? If you do, I'll scoop right now. Wow, yeah, that's good. We'll go till we get a win. We have to get 1, right? Again, this is a big show as to how kind of garbage this deck is and what we could possibly do to upgrade it. Okay, again, a fantastic combo of having a 2-1 and a 1-2. Because we get to just go pony off each other, right? But, I don't know. Training is almost a little too slow in here for this. But I definitely think that with some tweaking, we could probably make the blue-white angels a little bit more efficient. We could probably in a little bit more of the angel engine for right now and kind of work on those counters again. Maybe not so much life gain-esque, so none of that, but more like a... just more counter-based, right? Shield counters, +1/+1 counters, conniving, the whole 9. I think that would be a better shot for this, but we'll see. Okay, vehicles, something I've not gone against. This is such a great, like, 3-drop, though, except for the fact that it's a 2-1. Like, you gain a life and draw a card, but it's so weak. Okay. We're not going to play anything on the sheer fact that they could have something to kill my stuff. So I'm just going to swing in. And I'm going to make them think that we have something crazy. It's all about bluffing. Bluffing is the big to-do with this. Okay, so he's playing Orzhov. Orzhov vehicles. Okay, this costs 2. We are going to kill that. So let's see what happens here. No counters on board. Can't crew. Cool. So that's what they were waiting for, was white mana. Okay, I have to do this now. See if maybe we'll be able to knock it to a 3/4 here. The Parish Blade Trainee. I don't know how much, though. Like, this is one of those situations where you see all this and you're just like, yep, they definitely going to have some kind of board wipe. Especially in black and white. White's got a ton of board wipes right now. Black has... You still have Blood on the Snow, but I think you need Snowlands for that. More specifically. Meat Hook, though, will definitely kill me. That's the card I didn't think was there. Silly me. Meat Hook Massacre. I always forget about this card. And then people play it. I don't know how I forget about it. This is like it's the only color that can play it is black, so I don't understand why I think I can avoid it. Can I get a Borrowed Time, maybe? That'd be rad. Okay, well, it's not a Borrowed Time, but... Sure. Let's see what happens here. We have a higher board state, so maybe this will work out better in our favor. Wedding announcement on their end. They get a creature. Draw a card, lose a life. They just kill themselves here? 2/3 mana open. Well, we just have one of these guys go here, one of them go here. We still have Quartermasters. Damn. Okay. You. That's fine. All right. So now there's no way they're going to be able to kill these guys. I have another one of these Angelic Quartermasters in my hand. I'm hoping we win the matchup here. Emiria's Call's kind of insane, though. It's okay. We have 4 or 5 angels with flying. So there's not too much they can do in regards to that. We could also Celestial Regulator one of them. What? Are you swinging with those? I don't know why you would have done that. That's a little unfortunate, but... Was that 6? I only have 5. Let's do this. Tap that sucker. Well, because if that's 4 to the face, we lose. I mean, I'm going to just swing with these 2. It should be good. This would have been game if it wasn't for the fact that there's this one. 2 attackers. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now the real question is are they going to depopulate? Or are they going to meat hook again? Because they could meat hook for 5, but they would wipe the board. Well, they have to meat hook for 6. So is it 2? Vanishing Verse. Okay, well, there goes that, I guess. I would have Vanishing Verse. Oh, well, you can't Vanishing Verse this one. Do I win, actually? No way. Let's go. I think we just pulled nuttier than... We just pulled nuttier than they did. Okay, you're swinging with both because you have Meat Hook Massacre. I'm just going to take this, so... I mean, I have to. It's got Menace, so... Your creatures have Reach. I don't understand why... Okay, well, they both go to the grave. That's fine. Or one goes to the grave, I guess. You have the 2 creatures with Reach that you had are gone. You're out of mana. Dang, pulled another one. Sick. Dankness. Alright, we got ourselves a win. Let's go. These Celestial Regulators really came through. Also, Giada just nailed it, so... Yeah, Giada absolutely nailed it. Giving all these guys their +1/+1s for every angel on the board. Very powerful. Very powerful. So yeah, counters and flyers and removal seems to be the general mechanics for this one. So hopefully we'll get something like that going and it'll be hopefully it'll show up well. I don't like the 2 land, but I'll keep it. Because at this rate, I've seen me pull a ton of land, so... This is Selesnya Enchantments, I'm assuming? I'm assuming it's Selesnya Enchantments. It is Selesnya Enchantments, for sure. Yeah, Jukai Naturalist, cool. Alright, well, this is gonna have to go off real freaking fast, because, I do not have the... general skill to make this happen. Circle of Confinement. You really did all that just so you could get 2 life? Oh, that's unfortunate that you play the Generous Visitor. Okay. We're gonna Rafines. I don't need all these Angelic Quartermasters. I don't even have enough mana for them. So, not much I can do. Ooh, gosh. We're really hitting everything with these guys, huh? Yeah, borrowed time. So, definitely some enchantment destruction is necessary. Of course, I don't have a Hopeful Initiate because this deck only runs 1 Hopeful Initiate. So, it's impossible for me to actually hit that. Yeah, it's fine. Look at this. Look what my next 2 cards would have been. It's insane. Yeah. At this rate, we're probably not hitting it. He's getting life. He's got enchantments for days. They're just good. 11. Oh. That's pretty powerful. That's the next one too, huh? Alright. Awesome. Yeah, I'll gain a life, draw a card. Not gonna matter though. That's game. For sure. Yeah. Yep. You take that. So you deal 5 damage to me. Good stuff. That's the game. So, if we're really looking at the deck itself, I would say that as far as upgrades go, I would like to think that we could probably put more Hopeful Initiates in there. More Perishes of the Blade. Really, Perish of the Blade probably can go to 4. Hopeful can go to 4. We also could probably get a 2-drop that has 2. Oh, another thing that also would be fantastic in this deck is Illuminator Virtuoso. Let's see, where is that guy? Any of the Connive stuff is going to be fantastic in here. And I know we also do have a lot of... I think Undercover Operative is a wasted rare in here. I don't think it's necessary. I'd take that out. I would then add in something else. Again, like, you know, another Hopeful Initiate. And then maybe another Giada, right? Because obviously we want to hit Giadas pretty often. So more Giadas, more Hopeful Initiates. Rafine's Informants is okay, but obviously there's a better Connive card. If you're looking for something like innovative, Illuminator Virtuoso. Double Strike, whenever it becomes the target of a spell I control, it connives. So, keep that in mind when you have things like Homestead Courage. You also have things like Light the Way, and you have Valorous Stance, cards that, Planar Incision, cards that will actually be able to affect you, right? We do also have other +1 cards. So +1 counters, right? If we're looking specifically at cards from New Capenna, or from Innistrad Midnight Hunt through New Capenna, we do have, if it's truly based around that, we could also do things like adding maybe another Sigarda Summons in here. Sigarda Summons giving everything with a +1/+1 counter on it, essentially becoming a 4/4 Angel with flying. There's also more in regards to Angel cards from this set. Adding another Elspeth will definitely bring this forward. An Enduring Angel for hexproof against burn. Flying in double strike also isn't so bad. Sigardian Savior will actually help us bring back our Hopeful Initiates and any Illuminator Virtuosos we might have. So those are a fantastic addition. We'll see about getting an actual like deck list set up. You guys let me know in the comments, right? Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the deck. Obviously, it didn't do too fantastic, right? I think we did a 1 in 5 win. But, you know, again, we have to... I'll make this more clear in our next video. We are going up against a standard that is not the standard these decks were meant for. So making these things in light of that, you could add other cards like the Angels from Kaldheim, right? You know, Youthful Valkyrie, Righteous Valkyrie. You've got plenty of other angels to add in here. You do also have more low-cost training cards and connive cards like that Illuminator Virtuoso, more Hopeful Initiates. Those are all a great way to kind of start as far as +1/+1 counters go. Again, the big thing about this is the fact that the deck's whole theme is +1/+1 counters and using angels, right? Angels, +1/+1 counters, and just some general white-blue removal. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the deck. And seriously, let me know in the comments down below. I'm a pretty beginner deck builder, so I'm not sure off the top of my head how I'd make this better, but you let me know what you would add for the next standard for this deck to make it more playable. And while you're down there, make sure to like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. I'm going to try and make these more of a regular occurrence on these arena videos. Even though most of them will probably end in me losing, I'd rather show off what they do, what the general concept is behind the decks, so that way when new players come into arena, they can kind of figure out what they're looking at as far as these cards. So this is a beginner deck kind of guide through for any beginner players, and hopefully everybody learned something from today. So thank you again, and remember to make it a great day or not. The choice is up to you. And I will see you all in our next video. All right, nerd out.